Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Oxy and this is the episode number 5 of how I lost my mother because of the cancer. Last few episodes they were pretty random because I couldn't make up my mind on words I was trying to say, and I'm trying to make it helpful. That's what I can say for sure, because I feel like we have lack of content like this and we have a lot of people who's going through this, and I'm just trying to be helpful and giving you tips or just normalize that having certain thoughts or feelings is normal. And I have a list of topics that I want to bring with it, but at the same time, I want to share my story to free my mind, for you to understand that there is different scenarios for everything. And today we're gonna just talk about what happened after, like the continue of the story that I started in 2 first episodes. So let us start with the trigger warning. It is a very sensitive topic, and I'm going through loss still. And I know that since you're watching this, you're going through the same thing. And it's tough and it's emotional. And because I'm doing this publicly, I want to protect my mental health from bad comments or something that I can find easily in the comment section. So that's the reason why comment section is not going to be available for this video, but I leave the email address in the description box for you to reach out with your stories. We can have conversation. I want you to understand that you're not alone and it's fine. Also, I must say that if just now someone passed away, you shouldn't watch it for the sake of mental health. Let us start. I cannot remember with what I end up on the second episode of how I lost my mother, but I want to bring a few things to the story. So one thing that I didn't talk about is friends, okay? And it was really hard for me to talk about the thing that we found out that my mother has cancer, because I couldn't understand like what I want out of it. It was so hard for me to share, to even say that my mother has a cancer. And I was afraid of people's reaction, of something that can come with it. I was thinking that maybe they would start act differently because of that. So for the first few months, maybe I didn't tell pretty much anybody, but I started to share this with the closest people I had. And to my regret, or not to my regret, to my happiness, because these people decided not to continue talking to me, which is so weird for me. How would you stop talking to a person who is going through something like that? But yeah, I told a few friends and only 2 of them reacted well. It didn't change anything for them. They were supporting me, they were there for me, they were by my side. And I told my closest friend, as I thought, we had a friendship that lasts 18 years. And she stopped talking to me. That's her decision. I was trying to rationalize. I was trying to understand her way of thinking. And I feel like I have an idea. And this idea is, I don't know what to say. I don't know how to support. I don't know what should I do. And if you are a friend and your friend is going through something like that, just be there. Literally, just be there. You don't need to ask them every day, how is your mom? How is everything? Blah, blah, blah. But you should just make sure that he's doing fine. And we need support. People in that situation need support. They just need someone by their side to talk to. Because did I tell everyone, like my best friends, what I went through, how it was so tough for me to fall asleep or anything? I didn't share thoughts even with close people, because I can't say that I didn't have this comfort zone and safe space for me to share this, but I thought that, oh my God, that's such an unnecessary thing. Like, for what it's necessary for them to hear that, because they're not going through this. And it's my problem. I'm not saying that you should have the same problem. Hopefully you're better than me, saying things out loud and sharing what is on your heart. Yeah. So the summer of 2022 was hard. It was one of the worst moments for my mother. She was just like a stick, and she didn't eat, she was angry, and all of that I explained in the first series. But then things started to be better. I was still living in Moscow, and I feel like I shouldn't say the whole year story, how everything was going every month and blah, 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 because that just doesn't make sense for me. I want to share like emotional things. But everything was getting better for her and for me as well. The main idea that she was telling me and my sister is that we have our own lives. And I agree with that. And this is something that helped me really much, because it's fucking weird having your parents passing away. And some of parents will need this extra attention for them. Because maybe I'm getting this wrong. Maybe this is just my opinion. I had eating disorder. And with having an eating disorder, I fully understood at the moment that I just needed attention. I was craving for this attention, and I was fucking jealous for having this attention. And people who has the same sicknesses, I'm not saying like eating disorder, but like some of diseases, they also might crave for this so much. And they would not be rational in that. They would want you to be there because they think that they are, like, you is the property of theirs. You know what I mean? And thanks God that my mother, she wasn't like that. She raised us as independent, very unique human beings, me and my sister. And she knew that my life, just as my sister's life, shouldn't end with the death of my mother. And maybe she knew that the day would come, and there's going to be the moment when me and my sister has to start living without her. And we shouldn't have her as the main character in our lives. And she was telling us right things. And if you're in the situation and you don't have a person who would tell you the same thing, I'm telling you, it's hard. I know it is hard. Seeing all of that and making choices, keeping in mind that what if tomorrow, what if this night he or she will pass away? I need to be there. and you cutting off your own life because you want to spend time with the person. You have your life. And unfortunately, this life has this circumstance. It's about your choice in the end of the day. If you want to prioritize spending time as much as possible with the person, do it. But if it also comes to your future, make smart choices and do it wisely. I'm not saying don't give a fuck about the person who is sick. I'm saying that you have yourself. And after the person will pass away, you are the person who will be responsible for yourself. And you are the only one who has to save yourself. Yeah. So, what I was saying, everything was okay. This is my phone, and as I said in the third episode, my memory fucked. And I can't remember what happened. So I'm gonna use my phone as my memory because I was taking a lot of pictures. Things started to get better. 2022 autumn. Yeah, I went to the UK, I came back, and because I wanted to spend time more with my mother, because you never know how much time is left, I wanted to move out from the apartment in Moscow and go back to my hometown to be there. Talking honestly, I didn't know what was my plan. Talking about my life, I didn't have any ideas of what I'm gonna do in my hometown. I just knew that I wanna be there. I wanna be with my mom, help her, spend time with her, make memories. And in December, I was packing my bags and getting ready for moving out. I moved to my hometown. My mother started to gain weight. She started to feel better, and everything was just getting better in general. We had our new year. It was okay. And the 2023 started. Because she started to get better, before that time, she couldn't walk. She could, but her muscles, because all the time she was in bed, they got really weak. So every day we would spend that. We wake up, we go for a walk, we grab some coffee, we walk in, we coming back, we cooking. And it was just precious. I really loved that time. And I started to see that she started to feel better, look better, be more happy. And she was making jokes, she was laughing. And looking in my gallery, that was February. The thing that I have to mention is that the war started between Russia and Ukraine. Russia attacked Ukraine in 2022, after less than 1 month since we figure out that my mother has a cancer. And my sister moved out from Russia. She left Russia if I can remember this correctly, in September. And because I moved back to my hometown, I was like, okay, I don't know what I want to do, but I don't want to be in the country that created the war, that attacked Ukraine, that has just ridiculous things going on. And I was trying to find my way out. I was trying to apply for the UK visa. I was looking for universities, and for that reason, in February 2023, I came to the UAE to pass IELTS test because it got blocked in Russia. Also because of Russian cards, bank cards, you couldn't pay it. So it was tough, but I was learning English, getting prepared for tests and everything that comes with it. And I I wish my mother went with me, but she decided not to. And I went to the UAE, came back, and it was March. We found out about the cancer when I was 18 years old. 2022 passed, I turned 19, and now we're in 2023. The whole year, like January, February, March, August, everything was fine. I was living in my hometown with my mother, and she was really getting better. Like she was good, but still, she had medical treatment. She couldn't walk for a long time, for long distances. She got a job. She started to work, and you still, like, look. I knew my mother back in the time, for 19 years of my life. And I have her appearance in my mind, her memories of her in my mind as one certain person. And even though it's been a year and she changed so much, it was still hard for me, for my brain, I guess, to normalize that it's okay. And I would go to bed crying myself to sleep because I couldn't share much about my emotions, about my fears, because you never know when it's gonna happen, you know. And also when you see that everything is going fine, you kind of let it go. You don't understand this as danger anymore, if you know what I mean. If I know what I'm trying to explain. 2023, May, 6th of May. We had my birthday, and unfortunately, it was the last birthday I had with my mother. I'm very happy how we celebrated this birthday because I had everyone there. I had my cousins, I had my mother, my dad, and it was like, somehow I felt like it was the last one. I don't know how to explain. Like, of course you wish for more time. But you maybe understand it somehow that it's the last one, even though she was doing fine. And for those of you who didn't watch previous episodes, we found out that my mother has cancer January 2022. And my birthday when I turned 20 was May 2023. And doctors said that the best scenario of her, that they said that the longest she will be here is 1 year, but probably it would be like 5 months, not even half of the year, and she already made it to 1 year and a couple months. The whole time my sister wasn't there, and she was living in Spain at the time, and finally in July she came to town. I remember how we were on the way to the airport and my mother started to cry, saying that I was scared, I will not survive, and I will not see my daughter ever again. My sister came and we had a very nice time. And I already said that in one of the episodes that I can't understand why something has to happen for people in a family to get closer, for relationships to get better. Why people has to have this fucking shit to happen for changing something. But I guess it's just human beings' nature. Whatever. Yeah, we had good time 2023 July, and at the time I knew that I got accepted to the UAE university and I'm gonna leave Russia soon. And the continuing of the story is gonna be for another episode. It's so ridiculous that I cannot remember anything. I was going through my gallery and I saw certain pictures, I saw certain videos, but I cannot remember. I had the therapist from time to time, and I was sharing my fear that I am losing my memory. And he was asking me like if that's with the like bad memories or something. I was so scared to forget things, and right now going through gallery, realizing that for fuck's sake, I don't remember anything. I remember only pictures, and I can't explain what happened behind the picture, what we were having. Like me going to Moscow, me going to Ufa, blah, blah, blah. But I cannot remember how I feel. I know that I cried a lot. I know that I've been asking my mother how is she feeling a lot of times during the day. I remember how tough it was for her to eat. I remember hearing her throwing up. When I'm saying that she started to get better, I'm not saying that she healed. I'm saying that she maybe started to gain weight. Maybe she started to eat more. Maybe she started to walk. Maybe she started to do small things. But I'm not saying that she came back to normal. I'm not saying that. Somehow I was trying to get prepared for the moment of her death. I was like not every night, but pretty much I was trying to have good conversation before we go to sleep and saying that I love her if she will pass away in her sleep. That I will have this, that yeah, I told her that I love her and she knows that. I don't know why I didn't cook for her. I know that I did some meals and blah blah blah, but I don't know why I didn't take that much care of her as I could. I remember that I was going out a lot. I was going to a few bars in a while. I was trying to have something as a distraction. But I cannot remember things. And I don't know what to do this. That's actually terrifying. Like, I can't recall anything in my mind. I can only look at pictures and see what I have there. I have a precious pictures of me and my mother smiling. 14th of July 2023. Yeah. I really don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say.